So now I just want to go through the process of how you would actually create an Azure SQL Managed Instance. Now we are not going to go with the entire creation of the Azure SQL Managed Instance. This is just for your knowledge on how you go about creating it. Now when it comes to the Azure free account, you will actually not be able to create the Azure SQL Managed Instance. Because here, if I hit on the create option, let me just hide this. Here, if I choose Azure SQL Managed Instance, and if I hit on create, if I scroll down, it will give an error message saying that it is not available for the chosen subscription and the region. And no matter which region you choose, you will always get the same error message. And this is because you can't do this with the Azure free account. So let me do one thing. Let me log into my other Azure account. So I'll use another account. So here, let me go on to all resources and let me create a new resource. Here again, let me search for Azure SQL Managed Instance. Let me hit on create. Now here I'll choose one of my existing resource groups. Here you can see that I can easily choose my region. Here I need to give an instance name. Now here I need to configure the managed instance in terms of the hardware configuration. So here you can see that the minimum number of virtual cores is 4. Here also you can see that when it comes to the service tier, there is no other option that is available when it comes to the D2 based model. We had seen that with the Azure SQL database, we had this D2 model option also in place, but here we only have the option of using virtual cores and storage in gigs. And this is because this is actually based on a slightly different model when it comes to the implementation from an infrastructure perspective. This is why you have this difference when it comes to the service tier. So here you can choose all of these different aspects. Here you can see what is the estimated cost per month. So there's quite a cost because this is based on virtual cores. I'll just hit on apply. So I said I'm not going with the creation of the Azure SQL Managed Instance. Here I'll give the login, and here I need to give a password. Then I'll go on to next one, networking. So this is actually going to create a new virtual network for this SQL Database Managed Instance. When it came to the normal Azure SQL database, there you didn't see the concept of a virtual network. And that is because I said the managed instance works a little bit differently when it comes to the infrastructure level. I'll leave everything as it is, go on to additional settings, go on tags, and go on to review and create. So this is how you would actually go about with the deployment of an Azure SQL Database Managed Instance. And here you can see that it could take around 6 hours to complete this entire operation. And believe me, it does take this much of time. So again, this is just for your knowledge on how you'd go about creating an Azure SQL Database Managed Instance.